Hello, 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 and welcome to Authors, Writers, and Wannabes. We have today on Monday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, two guests, Miss Lavonne and Miss Gaylynn. You can find us every Monday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, live on my Facebook feed. You can also listen to all previous shows on Spotify, Roku, Apple, and Google. Also on YouTube and Twitter as well. And that is under the BS3 network. We are with that network and we're through StreamYard. So today's topic is writing a memoir and reliving that pain. So I have written a memoir. And Miss Lavonne has written a memoir and telling her cousin's story, Miss Gaylynn, who is also with us tonight. So let's let Lavonne introduce herself first, and then we'll go to Gaylynn.
Thank you, Noelle, for allowing us to be here on your show tonight. My name is Lavonne Chastain. I am a new author, new to the field, but not new to writing. I am a retired educator and did a lot of teaching writing, and then ended up doing leadership coaching and a variety of other things throughout my career. But writing was always my first love.
All right. And Miss Gaylynn, let's hear about you. What's the deal on you, girlfriend?
Well, I just live a big, glorious, big, beautiful life that I seem to just getting right back up after all of my tragedies.
Yeah.
And showing women how to lead with example and grace and adjust your crown and keep going forward.
Amen on that one.
Yeah.
I think we have a lot of commonalities.
I bet we do.
Yeah. So we'll dig deeper into that a little bit later. But so Miss Lavonne has written a book, and it's a memoir on Gaylynn's story. And Lavonne's going to tell us a little bit about Lavonne. What I want you to do is actually, do you have a copy of the book?
I can grab it.
Can you grab a copy of that book first?
Yep.
What I'm going to have Miss Lavonne do is just read the back of that book and tell us a little bit of what that book is about. So Miss Gaylynn is in the Florida area, right?
Yes.
And the weather's not too well down there?
No, we got a bit of a storm coming through right now. It was 86 yesterday and it's 34 today.
Oh, wow. That's a big difference. Are you in North Central or South Florida?
I'm over in the New Smyrna, over in the not the Gulf side, the other side.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Miss Lavonne, did you grab that book?
I did.
You mind reading us the blurb on the back?
I will. Thank you. This is an honest, unflinching memoir of tragedy, healing, and the God who restores. When life pinned her to the mat, abuse, addiction, betrayal, and a diagnosis that it should have ended everything, Gaylynn heard a voice stronger than fear. Get up. Told by her cousin Lavonne with unflinching honesty and tender hope, Get Up follows a country girl from an abusive childhood through broken marriages, a near-fatal spiral, and the glittering mirage of a tropical escape that became a prison. Along the way, battles with addiction, sorrow that threatened to swallow her whole, and the relentless shadow of illness. She learned early how to endure what others might not withstand. Yet through every loss and setback, faith flickered and then burned brighter, guiding her towards surrender and renewal. Even in her lowest places, there were glimmers of something more, the quiet presence of God when she thought she was most alone. This is not a story of perfection, but of persistence. The gritty day-by-day grace that carried a woman from barely enduring to fiercely serving others. Get Up is a testimony to resilience and redemption, offering encouragement to anyone who has ever wondered if they've gone too far, fallen too hard, or lost too much to rise again. These pages are his hand reaching for yours. You're not done. Get up.
I like that. I like that. Gaylynn, how do you feel when you hear that? Hear her reading that?
It brings tears to my eyes.
Does it really? Does it bring tears to your eyes every time?
Every time.
Every time.
Yes.
So it's that powerful and meaningful to you.
Well, I think I'm just, as a woman now, that I'm reflecting on everything that I've endured.
Yeah.
And helping all these women. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. That I walked it with grace.
Yeah. Now, do you do any speaking events?
I have been starting to do some speaking events, and I've also been working with wellness coaching for cancer victims, cancer patients, because one of
Okay.
the cancer, right?
Yeah, that's good.
Mhm.
So, since we're on cancer, since you mentioned that, is it in remission? And
Yes,
what kind of cancer was it?
I
Is
have
it?
stage 4 colon cancer,
Okay.
and I was sent home to die. So on palliative care. It's in the book.
Right, right.
Lavonne gets mad at me that I give too much
Yeah,
away.
yeah. We can't tell too much
I
about
can't
that
give you
book,
all
right?
away. Yes, but
So,
yeah.
Lavonne, what made you feel that your cousin's life was needed? What needed to be told?
Well, to be honest, Noelle, I didn't initially sit down and think, I'm going to write a book today. What I felt was a weight, almost a responsibility to preserve something exceptional. I watched her and walked along through things that would have broken most people. And I realized that what she carried wasn't just personal resilience, it was a testimony, and it was evidence of God's sustaining grace. So I think we had a shift that it went from being a family story to that this story needs to be shared.
Now, family story. Now, what did the family think about this book when you guys told them that you were going to write it?
Well, I'll go first and then I'll let Gaylynn jump in.
Okay.
For me, I had my family, my side of the family was nothing but supportive. They were behind me 100%. They understood and they knew most of Gaylynn's story. I don't think anybody knew everything. I didn't share everything growing up, the things that I personally witnessed. But my family was behind me 100% and supportive of Gaylynn, of walking through this with her and alongside me. So I had nothing but positive things from my side. Gaylynn, not so much. Do you want to share your side, Gaylynn?
Well, my side goes back to the trauma side. Whenever you're the curse breaker and the trauma breaker, they don't like to hear all that.
Right.
It sort of slaps in the face. I was just a little girl. So, yeah, it's been interesting to say the least. Some good and some bad has come, just a lot has come out of the book.
And when you say trauma, like you don't have to go in detail, but like what kind of trauma?
I've had every kind of trauma, basically, from physical trauma to sexual trauma to verbal abuse.
Okay.
So, I mean, most of us young girls, a lot of sexual trauma whenever we were younger.
Right.
We weren't really able to speak about. So that's another thing I sit with women about. And then, I've also lost a child. So in the midst of fighting for my life with cancer, I was looking for my daughter's body. So I sit with all of that.
Sorry.
Yeah, I've had some journeys that Lavonne had to write about.
You have, girl. You can go speak at all kind of
I
conferences.
can speak at any conference you got, baby. What do you got? I can roll with
Bring
it.
it on, Miss Gaylynn. If
Bring it
anybody's
on.
out
I
there
got
and they
it
need a speaker, call Miss Gaylynn.
You got
She's
cancer,
in Florida.
I got that one. You got death, I got that one. You got trauma, I got that one.
A little bit about me too. So yeah, I got drama, I've got trauma, drug addictions, alcohol addictions, all that stuff that probably you and I share together. And I wrote a memoir. I started in 2018, and I didn't finish this memoir until last year. It took me that long. And I wrote that book probably at least 5 times. And I wrote that book 5 times because I added so much in there. I took so much out. I wanted, I cared about what my kids thought about what I included that book about myself. So there were some things that I didn't want them to know.
Right.
And there's some things in there that they found out about their mom that they, don't like. But hey, I'm your mama, right? So you can't take that back. And then, so I'm going to read you. So let me tell you a little bit about my story. So, like I said, I started writing this book in 2018 and just finished it last year. So was it 5-6 years? But I finally published it, and I felt so good publishing it. Did y'all feel good when it was published? The book was published. Get up.
I felt wonderful. Gaylynn was a nervous wreck.
Nervous wreck.
I
Yeah.
felt like I wanted to throw up, but
Yeah, because Gaylynn, it's your story, you know.
right.
So
She didn't have
right, you
anything to
telling the
lose.
world
She
about
just
who
gets
you
to be an
are.
author. I got
And-
my whole world out on the no,
right,
it was
right.
different.
Lavonne,
Little different.
your job was a little bit easier.
It was in some respects, yes. It was
Oh.
easier, but it was quite a journey to get to where we are.
Yeah, yeah. So let me read you the back of my book. So it says Noel's father was the innocent man who served on death row almost 12 years for a crime he didn't commit and was exonerated 5 days before his execution date. Unaware of her true lineage until her late teenage years, she navigated a world shrouded in mystery. With an African American mother and a Caucasian father whose wrongful imprisonment and narrow escape from execution cast shadows, her journey unfolds as she grapples with the revelation. Fueled by the echoes of addiction, this is a suspenseful tale of self-discovery, resilience, and the profound impact of late discovered family truths. So the innocent man that I talk about on the back of this book and in this book is, if you can see this, I don't know if you two know or the people who are watching, but John Grisham wrote a book called The Innocent Man back in the day. This was his first nonfiction book, and the innocent man in that book is my father.
Ooh.
Now, I didn't find out that he was my father in 2000 until 2018, and that's when I started writing my book. Actually, I started writing the book before, and then I changed the name. It was going to be named something totally different. I changed the name to The Daughter of the Innocent Man because I was like, why not? You know,
Right.
you know, it fits, right, Gaylynn?
Exactly.
Right. But my memoir is not just about the daughter of the innocent man. It's much more than just the daughter. It's about like yours, Gaylynn, and Lavonne, what you wrote about resilience. It's a testimony about, you know, it caters to people who have gone through the system, whether it is the foster care system, adoption, the injustice system. It is for people who, a lot of people who are adopted. So I wanted to cater to people who are adopted or who have gone through the similar things that I have gone through and overcame it, or maybe they don't know how to overcome it and listen to my story, and maybe it could be a testimony to them, right?
Right.
So Lavonne, is that what you wanted to get out of your book? Get up.
A testimony? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yes. So she definitely has a testimony to share with everyone, specifically for women who have faced maybe similar traumas that she has. I don't know very many people that have gone through as much as she has and endured and actually thrived. So yes, short answer to your question, yes, her story is a testimony.
Yeah. Now, did you always know you would be the one to tell this story? What about other family members or friends?
No, we all
no.
girls.
Go ahead, Gaylynn.
Well, since I don't know how my life is so crazy. And I would laugh at her and say, "Hey, write this down and add this to the chapter of the book. This will be a great chapter because nobody would believe what happened."
Yeah.
I mean, I broke my back in a jet skiing accident, told me I'd never walk again. 2 years later, I finished the San Francisco Marathon.
Oh,
so like everything. I mean, no, it's major stuff. It's crazy, crazy stuff. Addiction. All of it.
So to go back to your question, Noelle, yes, I knew that I would be the one to write it. Like she said, we oftentimes when we're together, we would laugh and joke about our crazy childhood memories. And then, like she just said, so many crazy things that have happened to her. Either I was there or I was the first one she called when it happened. So I have firsthand knowledge about everything that's gone on in her life. So I can't imagine anybody else writing this story. And I felt like if I don't write this, no one's going to write it. So yes, I felt like I was the
nobody
only
would believe it either.
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot that we left out because we didn't think it would be believable, honestly, to be quite honest.
So you did have quite a few moments that you said to yourself, if I don't write this book, no one will.
Yes, absolutely. And again, because I have firsthand knowledge and have been through most of it with her, most people would never understand what she had been through. She has a lot of friends, a lot of acquaintances that know about things, but they don't have the front row seat like I have had in our growing up together. And to be honest, I remember thinking every time she would say, this would be a great story in our book. This would be a great chapter for our book. She always said our book, like we need to write a book together. What she really meant was I needed to write it for her.
Yeah. I'm not going to do that. That's going to take too much time. I got adventures to go do.
Yeah, she doesn't have the patience.
Yeah, you're an adventurous person. I heard you were a Leo too.
Oh, baby girl. I'm full blown Leo. Oh.
I'm a Leo too, girlfriend. Give me a hand five.
Always chasing that adventure in the sun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, Lavonne, did you ever witness any of the trauma that she experienced?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
What did you think of that?
Well, I was also a child. We grew up together. We're 4 years apart.
And we're talking about child as in what age?
I would say that for myself witnessing it, I think we were about 10 years old. Okay. I was 10, she was 6. Maybe even earlier than that. Maybe could have been even earlier than that. I didn't understand it as a child. I didn't understand why she had to work so hard. They lived on a small little farm, and I didn't understand why her chores or the work she had to do around the house was so extreme. I didn't, because I lived in the suburbs, I lived in the city part. We all had chores growing up, and back then we all worked around the house. We didn't have phones, we didn't have the internet, so we all we were outside all the time. But to go to her house and witness what was happening with her and her younger sister, it just didn't register to me as common, or it didn't make sense. And then the first time I actually witnessed her being physically abused, hit by her stepfather, I just fell inward. I didn't even know how to express it. I couldn't even tell my parents when I got home.
Oh, wow.
I remember that specifically, like it happened yesterday. Mm-hmm. And I talk about this in the book, so I don't want to reveal too much, but I remember being in her bedroom with her younger sister, and we could hear what was happening to Gaylynn. And her younger sister and I just sat huddled together up against the door crying.
Girl, you're giving me tremors here. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So now, Gaylynn, was it only you and your younger sister?
Well, I was the oldest. My sister was very sick. She was born with cancer, and she had some. So he didn't beat her, or he was. It was me that I was picked on.
Yeah.
Although Gaylynn, I mean, no, she didn't get physical beatings. She was abused as a child as far as labor.
Oh yeah, we were slaves. I mean, we worked harder than slaves.
When I look back as an adult over what those children were required to do, it's insane. She was her younger sister, and I'll never forget this one either. Her younger sister was 3 years old, and she had to edge the lawn with shears, hand shears.
At 3?
Yes.
3 or 4, yeah.
3 or 4 years old, yeah.
And where were you raised, Gaylynn? Where were y'all raised?
I was raised out in California, out on a little ranch.
Okay.
We're farmers.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who all was in the household? Was it just you and your sister and your stepfather?
It was me and my mom and my stepfather and my until the other children, his children came along, he settled down. But until those kids came, it was a whole nother,
I don't know your experience, and I don't want to ask you. You can share it with us if you want to, but I know, a lot of stepfathers who abuse the mother's children. The children tell the mother, and the mother doesn't do anything about it.
My mother was narcissistic, and she was a victim of her environment too. So she was beaten constantly.
Yeah. It's cyclical.
Stayed.
It's cyclical until someone stops.
For us that's what I stress as women, if working with women, is how to break the cycle.
Yeah.
Is why do we go back? Because I'm 5'10". I've modeled all my life. I'm beautiful, whatever. And they'll go, how do you go back? I have a scar on my face. I leave the scar on my face. I went back several times. If it wasn't for Lavonne, I'd probably be dead.
Oh.
So I mentor women on everything.
Yeah.
What have you gone through, and why are you drinking yourself to death?
Right.
Because
Right.
it's not serving you. So
Right.
yes. So yeah, it's been a tough road, but I made it.
I signed up to be a mentor actually a couple of months ago for the Girls and Boys Club, and I told them I wanted to work with adopted kids.
Uh-huh.
So that's my passion, is to work with adoptees who don't feel loved, who are, have abandonment
Right.
issues, and are dabbling into little, things that they're not supposed to be doing,
Well, any of us, I'm finding that any of us women that have abandonment issues usually tend to gravitate to kind of sex, drugs, or alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
We're filling the void.
Oh, yeah.
And, 99.9% of it goes back to that healthy father in the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And self-love too. I noticed.
Self-love, baby.
Yeah.
Self-love and that shadow word.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lavonne, when did you decide that you were going to write this book, Get Up? Did we talk about that?
So again, Gaylynn and I have talked about putting it together for so many years, and just about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, she was here in California with me, and I distinctly remember this conversation. We were sitting in my car going somewhere, laughing about things that our grandmother used to do with us and just the crazy stories.
Yeah.
And she just had a little glimmer in her eye, and she's like, we really need to write this. It's time.
And that was your first book you had written. You hadn't even picked up a pen to start writing a book, right?
Yeah.
Well, how did you know where to start from?
Well, I knew I had it I already had things planned out in my mind. I knew where I wanted to go with it. I had specific things. I wanted to start with her childhood, because to be perfectly honest, Gaylynn is such a mentor now with women and with wellness and all of that, but no one would really understand why she's doing what she's doing unless they read the precursor to her story. They need to understand, everyone needs to understand where she came from to get to the person she is today. And so I knew in my mind, I had it all laid out, but that's how I am. I'm a thinker. I'm a forward thinker. I need to have things organized and planned out. Just ask Gaylynn, I drive her crazy.
like most sister cousins do. But y'all are more like sister cousins.
We are.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's how my cousins and I are too. Yeah.
Yeah, no. She's very organized.
And she's the oldest, so is she bossy?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Bossy, all of it.
So the problem is she doesn't listen to me.
I don't listen
now,
to
anybody. Memoirs are harder to sell in any genre of books, right?
I do.
So, Gaylynn and Lavonne, do you guys carry books in your car or on you, and wherever you go, do you talk about your story? Because I do.
Yeah.
I sell them at the grocery store. Oh my gosh! I was on the beach, and the lady just bought for a. Yes, I just sold it on the beach. I was running around in my bikini, and she was eating McDonald's, and I was yelling at her. And she ended up buying a book because she has does a book club, so they're buying a whole bunch.
Oh, cool.
We're doing quite well with ourselves, right, Lavonne?
Yeah, we're doing actually pretty well.
We're doing really good.
Where's your book? Okay, so what platform is it selling the most on?
At Amazon. It's on Amazon right now. I just launched so we are also available at Barnes & Noble, but Amazon is our primary source. And anyone can go to our website. We have an author's website that they can go and learn more about us, and then also purchase. There's a link there to buy it through Amazon.
Okay. I want you to take that link off.
I'm sorry, do what?
I want you to take that link off.
Take the link off. Okay.
Yes, I want Gaylynn to authorize to sign every book. Okay, and then I need you to put your own shopping code on your website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so take the Amazon off, girl.
Okay.
Put your own on there so they can buy directly from you and have it as a signed copy.
Oh, great idea.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And on the side, I don't have that with me, but on the book, here's my book, but it doesn't have my sticker on this particular one. But I have stickers on all of my books that says signed copy.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, I sign it and write some good stuff in there when I send it out. But yeah, I don't have a link to Amazon on my website. If I have a website, I want to make the most money, right?
Right.
And I want them to know that it's personalized.
Mm-hmm.
So I sign every book. Yeah.
I like
So take that Amazon link off there, girl.
Okay.
So you go on there, you go on Amazon and you buy you up some author copies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been doing that. We've done a couple of author fairs.
Yeah.
And everything that I had read about authors doing those kinds of things, you're competing with 100 other authors, right?
Oh, of course,
so
yeah.
it's very competitive. And a lot of authors were saying that they would sell maybe 1 to 10 copies at each fair. But Gaylynn and I just last month we did 3 different ones and we sold out of everything.
Oh, good. So how many books did y'all take of each?
So
Too many?
We didn't have enough.
Anything, though.
We had to cancel one event because we didn't have any books left. And I couldn't get them from Amazon in time.
Oh,
So,
don't you hate that? Oh,
I
my
know.
goodness.
They
They
take
take
forever.
forever.
Yes, they do.
Okay, so Lavonne, you need to put her book on Ingram.
It is.
Oh, it's on Ingram?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have it in any bookstores?
I'm working on that this week. Actually, we're going to do a book signing at Barnes and Noble. I'm working on getting some on consignment with some local indie book stores. Yeah, so that's my goal this week is to finalize all that.
Yeah. Now, a lot of indie bookstores, they don't do consignment. Just FYI,
Okay.
they order from Ingram.
And they can do that too. It's available.
Yeah. I actually got one bookstore in Oklahoma City. That's where I was raised, and that's where my father's story originated from, out of Ada, Oklahoma, which is a small town. I have one bookstore on consignment, and I was surprised that they did consignment. I was like, "Oh, thank you." She said, "I'll order 6 copies." I was like, she said 3 hardcover and 3 paperback. I said, "Girlfriend, you'll have your books next week."
That's right.
Oh goodness. So, Miss Gaylynn, maybe we can go on a tour together, girl.
Let's go, baby. I'm rocking and rolling right now.
Oh, you gonna have your bikini on?
That Gaylynn Capri Road Show. Well, when I had a colostomy bag for 5 years, and I still wore a bikini and everything, and I'd wear it out in public. I just try to be a mentor for women.
Yeah.
Show everybody to get up.
Yeah. Get up.
Yes.
Now, okay, so why the name Get Up, Lavonne? That's interesting. Get Up.
So I think Gaylynn can tell that story better than I can. You want to share it, Gaylynn?
Well, yes, I do. Noelle, whenever I was on life support, they had brought me into the hospital to die. I am 5'10", and right now I'm about 145 pounds. I was 105 pounds whenever they brought me in.
Ooh.
I was skin and bones, and I was on life support, and I heard God tell me to get up. I heard, get up, it's not my time. And I heard the day my daughter's body would be found. And I didn't remember the vision or dream, whatever you want to say, until 2 weeks later. The oncologist came in and sat on my bed, and my best friend was sitting in the room, and he said, I ran the test twice. And he sort of scratched his head, and he goes, there's no cancer. And it was like the light of God hit my chest, and I heard, I'm cancer free. I have to get up. And they had to carry me to the restroom at that point. I was skin and bones. And I told my best friend, I said, Reagan will be home on 4th of July. And her body was found on July 2nd, and she was identified and sent home to me on 4th of July. So everything that God had told me happened. I'm cancer free to this day. I'm 7 years cancer free, helping all these women, shelling people that it's the food. We've been lied to about everything. Yeah. And the day my daughter was found, and the other miracle in itself about getting up is that her body was 2 years in the water, and she was found completely intact. The only thing that was missing were the tips of her fingers and the tip of her nose. It was a miracle.
Oh my goodness, you're giving me chills.
So if you do not believe in God, I got a message for you and a story to talk to you about.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I was just about to say that. Hey, if you don't believe in God, baby, this is
Baby, I got to sit you down and talk to you for just
yes.
because it was everything that he told. And then if you read the letter of the Christian man that found my daughter, of the story of how he found her that day, will even blow you away even more.
And do you have that in the book, Lavonne?
I do.
Wow.
Of
Okay,
course she does.
I
She's
gotta
got
get this
everything.
book.
She's got her I's dotted and T's crossed. She's Lavonne Chastain.
I gotta get this book. Send me a copy of that book, Lavonne, and I want
Girl,
it.
you got to read it, Noelle, because I'll tell you,
I want it signed.
show with me.
I want it autographed, honey.
Oh, baby girl, I got one here. I'll write you a story and I'll send it out to you. If you'll send me an email with I'll send it out, Lavonne.
And I'm gonna send you one out too of mine.
Please, I would love that.
All right, so let's move on to the writing through grief and shared pain part. So, did you find yourself grieving all over again during the writing process? And that question is for both of you, because I'm sure, Gaylynn, you sat down with Lavonne at some point, telling her what you wanted to include in the book. Am I right?
Yeah. So I'm going to start because again, I don't want to give too much away, Gaylynn.
They'll still buy the book. I had to get my tea.
When I would interview Gaylynn for the different parts of the book, something would come up and she wouldn't be able to finish, or she would get distracted by something. And I know her so well. Obviously we grew up together. I knew that it was her way of distracting from what was happening. She didn't want to go through it again. So I respected her space, let her have her time. So in that respect, it was difficult for me because I'm very type A and I want to get something done. If it's in my mind, I have a forward vision, I want to get it done. But I had to have a lot of patience with her during this time. And I knew that. I knew it was going to take us a while to get through this process. Yeah. So yes, it did. We did relive some things. A lot of things came out. Memories. She and I would share our memories together. But there were just some moments when we were revisiting certain seasons, especially around her cancer journey. It just, all of that brought tears back to my surface. Right. Because I was there with her through it all. Right. But there was some healing, I think. When you live through trauma like that, it's chaotic. Yeah. And I think writing her story, putting the words down on paper, allowed me to see the thread of God's faithfulness from the very beginning all the way till now. Wow.
What a testimony. What about you, Gaylynn?
It was horrible.
Yeah.
It was like a lot of crying and reading, because, I think that I consider myself an alchemist. I can turn pain into beauty. I just do, because I've had to since I was a little girl. Yeah. And so to see it all.
You smile on the outside when you're hurting on the inside.
Oh, to see it and to what I would endure. Like, everybody thought I was great. I was a business owner. I did this, I did that. Man, I carried a lot of trauma, and that brought it out. Yeah. I think I took about a month of just crying and staying in bed. Yeah. Going, oh my God, I survived all this. And then the way she writes too, she writes with such force that, it was hard.
Yeah, I relived the pain when I wrote my memoir too. Yeah. I think that's another reason why it took me so long. I was like, oh my gosh.
Well, I didn't have
writing, I would cry. Oh my goodness. And I even had a couple of people tell me that they cried, when they read my book. Have you ever heard that?
Oh yeah, I've had several people tell me.
Yeah.
But I didn't have
a lot of people say that.
Yeah. Lavonne was on my butt to get it done. So I didn't have time to wait around and cry about the chapter. She's like, we're on to the next chapter. I'm like, oh my God, I'm still on this chapter. So, yeah.
Now, Lavonne, did you have a deadline on when you wanted to finish?
I did. I had a personal deadline.
She always has a deadline.
Did you meet that deadline?
I did.
Look at you, girl. So how long did it take you to actually write the book? Did you have an editor, or did you edit the book yourself?
I did both. I edited myself somewhat. Well, a lot of rewrites. Right. And then I had some trusted family members edit for me. Mm-hmm. And because I'm a bit of a perfectionist and an educator, I needed everything to be accurate. I didn't want any room for error in the storyline or the timeline. Accuracy was very important to me. So I ended up hiring an editor.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. If you're just now joining us, we have on air Lavonne and Miss Gaylynn, and Miss Lavonne is Gaylyn's older cousin, her sister cousin, and she wrote a book. She wrote Gaylyn's memoir, and it's called Get Up. And Lavonne, you never shared with us your website, so how about you share with us your website, and they will send you out an autographed copy. Yes.
Absolutely. So our website is valleygracepub.com.
Okay, I did see that on your email, Valley Grace Pub. Came in late watching from the beginning. Oh, we got a comment. I think it's a comment on Facebook. Maybe it's a comment on YouTube. I don't know, but somebody said came in late watching from the beginning. Cool beans. Can y'all see that on the right on the screen? No, maybe just me, or maybe I don't know how. Now I used to. Let me tell you, I had a podcast before, okay, and I had a person that did all the tech stuff behind the scenes. All I had to do was come on screen and talk. And now I'm having to learn StreamYard, and I don't even have half. I don't even have half of it down. All I know how to do is get in and go live.
I know how to turn on the on button and talk. That's about it.
Oh, yes. Don't you love this age?
No,
I do. Personally, I do.
No.
Oh, now do y'all have any kids?
I do. I have 2 adult children and 6 grandchildren.
Oh, wow. Nice. What about you, Gaylynn?
I have 3 daughters, one in heaven. Reagan passed away. And then
right.
My other 2, yes.
Okay.
And I don't mention them much in the book.
You don't? Okay. So. Did they not want to be mentioned?
Because of our history with everybody's fragmented from that accident.
Yeah.
It was one of the largest wrecks in Havasu. So
yeah,
I chose to protect my children.
Yeah. I don't mention my children. Actually, I don't mention. And Lavonne, you and I talked about this too. We don't give our people characters any names in there. I just say my youngest son, my oldest son, and then I say my cousin or my sister, or my birth mother or my birth father or my adoptive mother. I don't give any names either. Yeah. And that's a good thing because you don't want to get into any lawsuits.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my number one concern. But really, actually, I take that back. That's not the number one concern. I really wanted to respect their privacy. And Gaylynn and I talked about this at great length. And she's right. Her family has been completely fragmented by this horrific accident. And so her children have been through enough, in her words, that she didn't want to expose them to anything else that might be traumatic or overwhelming. So I just honored her request.
That was good. I'm glad you did that.
And I do think that this will help, like my kids, to read, what we come into this world as parents, our children don't come with a handbook and they don't understand our past and those traumas that we carry forward with us as women, that we are learning to navigate those as well.
Yeah.
So.
I told because I'm bipolar. So I told, and of course, the mental health issues that I've gone through. Now, my father, the innocent man, he was, what did he have? Schizophrenia. And then I have bipolar, and I think my birth mother, she suffered from a little bit of bipolar too. So, I'm hoping that it's not passed down to my kids, and I told them, I wish I would have had therapy when I was a young girl, because I would know how to deal with things that come up in life, in my adult life, a little better, right? Instead of friggin' exploding,
Well, and that's how we were taught, was just to explode and talk therapy, in my opinion, doesn't really work either. So you need to go back to the root of the problem.
Right.
And that's what I'm working with, is more trauma-based patients, clients. And to go back, when you're saying bipolar, a lot goes back to the food. So your family all ate the same way. And if you change some of the foods with the mitochondria in the gut, it changes some of your emotional behaviors.
Yeah. So what would you suggest I eat, Miss Gaylynn, for bipolar?
We'll have to get me on a different podcast, and I'll get you on that one too.
Hey, we're gonna have to have another topic, girl. You gonna have to come back.
Then I'll talk all night. And then Lavonne's gonna get mad at me that I wasn't talking about the book.
So, Miss Lavonne, how did you handle the parts of your cousin's life that you didn't witness firsthand?
We did a lot of interviewing. Again, the things that I didn't witness firsthand, I was usually the first phone call afterward.
Ah, okay.
And so in the process of writing the book, I did a lot of interviewing with her. And as I mentioned, a lot of times we would have to stop and take a break. She would get distracted or something would come up, or she just couldn't face it. She just couldn't deal with it. And that was okay. We just would sidestep the issue and move on to something else. Oftentimes I would have to revisit. I would listen to my recordings because I taped all of our interviews and try to piece things together. She's very vibrant, very alive, but also, as I mentioned, a bit ADD. So she would talk kind of like in circles. And that's why I recorded her, so that I could go back on my own and nail down the things that I knew needed to be accurate. So it was either through interviewing or I was the first person that she called, which is usually the case. She used to say to me all the time when something would happen or some issue would arise in her life, she would call me and say, Lavonne, you need to get on the bat phone to God. You need to talk to him about this and pray about this for me and get on that bat phone. And now, after all of these years, Gaylynn has her own bat phone.
Wow. Gaylynn, what cup is that?
I was laughing that you and I are little Leos. We have
the same cup.
I saw that. That's why I was like going, hey, honey. Hey,
girl, we are too much alike.
Of course you have the same cup.
Of course we do, darling. But I bet mine has very healthy tea compared to yours. Mine has hydrangea root tea, darling.
Mine has coffee.
No, you don't want coffee. It's acidic for the body. No wonder you're.
Oh, I know that. Hold on, I got water. I have water right here, though.
They better have some lemon in it.
Are you a wellness coach, Gaylynn?
Yes, I am, darling. Yes.
Okay, so you have gone through training in wellness school and all of that?
And I also am a certified yoga instructor too.
Okay, cool.
Because I have 8 bolts of rod in a cage in my lower back and told I would never walk again properly. So when I broke my back.
So you were never gonna live past how many months, and then you, girl. Who calls those? God's in control.
God's in control. Well, because I was living my life a little too fast and furious there for a while.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the jet skiing accident was when I broke my back, but then cancer was when I had the colostomy bag.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yes,
girl.
You'll have to get my number afterwards.
Yes, most definitely. Most definitely. Lavonne, I got a question for you, though. Did you ever worry about speaking for them instead of speaking about them? And when I say them, that Gaylynn and your family.
As I was writing the book?
Yes.
No, I didn't worry about that because we are in constant communication. We don't go more than 3 days without talking to each other.
Unless I'm mad at her.
I wrote, what?
Unless I'm mad at you.
Right. Anything I wrote, I would make sure I was constantly sending her pieces, chapters, things like that, and made sure that she approved it and made sure it represented her well. And it was what she wanted to say. Yeah. So I don't feel like I ever spoke for her or didn't put anything in there that she didn't approve of.
Right, right. Now, what would you suggest to writers who want to publish a memoir? What do you suggest to them?
From my perspective as the writer?
Yes.
Okay. From my perspective, I think you really need to do some soul searching. And I think you would agree with that, Noelle, that you have to really be ready to write the story. Right. As I mentioned before, Gaylynn and I have talked about this for probably 10 years, but she wasn't ready until most recently.
I wasn't ready. Yeah.
Oh.
And you know that if you're writing it yourself, the reason I call it a memoir is because it's our shared living experience.
Because it would be a nonfiction if otherwise.
It is nonfiction, but it would be a biography. It's not a biography because I'm not just telling a story about her because I know her. Right. I lived it with her.
Right.
So I think if you have to really do some soul searching to decide if you're ready to share your story with the world.
Yeah.
I think it has to come in stages.
Yeah. And you have to be cognizant about legalities.
Oh, absolutely.
I would say that's the number one.
Absolutely.
I'd say
Absolutely.
that's the number one when
And
writing
I
a
did
memoir.
that. Again, I type A personality. I was going to make sure I had all of my ducks in a row before I put my name on that book and published it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want any of that. I didn't want to deal with any of that for Gaylynn. It wasn't just to be me. It would be her as well. So yeah, I absolutely got legal advice.
I had my lawyer read mine.
Yeah.
I said, okay. He changed some stuff up, thankfully.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was like, how about we not include this?
Yeah.
Because you're about to cuss your cousin out in this book. I'm like, so she needs to be.
I mean, even to the extent of I included a lot of family photos in the book, but I blurred out everybody's face except mine or Gaylynn's.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I included on a picture of me, my sister, and my brother when we were little. And I asked them, was it okay? And I made sure I saved that text that said it was okay.
Exactly.
But I'm like, I hope my sister or brother wouldn't come back and do that to me. But you never know.
You never
know.
They're usually the worst ones.
Yeah. So we were the 2 Live crew. Yep. Oh my goodness. I have a picture in here that I'm looking at on page 14 of my book. It's my brother, me, and my cousin, my little cousin. She's sitting on my lap, and she passed 2 years ago. Yeah, she was the youngest of the family. She passed 2 years ago, but that's my baby. That was my sister cousin.
Mm-hmm.
So as close as y'all are, that's how close we were. And yeah. So we have about 10 more minutes. So I'm going to ask you a few more questions. This next one is, what do you hope readers understand about your cousin after reading this book?
Well, I hope that readers understand that she is an amazing person. She's a wonderful human being. She loves fiercely. And she's lived an incredible life. She's the person that you want to have on your side. She would go through anything for anyone that she loves. Yep. She's fiercely protective of anyone that she loves. Yeah. And that's
Gaylynn, what do you think about her saying that about you?
Thank you. My cousin's my biggest fan. But it is just a trait of mine. I don't know if it's just the survival instinct of everything that I've endured. It was protecting my sister when we were little.
Yeah.
Because she was so sick and my dad was so mean and my mother was oblivious. So I think that's where that nurturing thing came in, just to be, and just really not to let anybody get you down. Yeah.
Also, Noelle, I think if readers walk away seeing that strength is accessible, it's not exceptional, then we've accomplished something very meaningful.
Yeah. I like that.
Hold on, let me write that down. Can you say that again?
Okay. That readers should walk away seeing strength is accessible, not exceptional. Then we have really truly accomplished something meaningful.
Strength is accessible, not exceptional.
Yeah, accessible, not exceptional.
Accessible, not exceptional.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Love that.
Girl.
She's a badass. I love my cousin.
Okay, when did you think of that?
She's so smart.
As she was talking, I thought, women need to understand, men too, but mostly women who have suffered through trauma. They need to understand that they are still strong.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Because a lot of them beat themselves up. Like, was it my fault?
Yes.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
That's my big thing. My big thing is that we're society's so hard on us too. We're overweight. We're too fat. We're thin. You got to
Yeah.
color your hair. You got to do this. You got to do that. Just be your no.
Oh, and it's harder nowadays. I can't imagine. I mean, because social media.
Mhm.
Oh
I
yeah.
can't imagine raising kids in this day and age. I couldn't imagine.
No, I wouldn't want to right now.
Yeah. I'm glad my
No.
kids are
And
grown.
hell, I couldn't have gotten away with anything because everybody's got a camera.
Right. Right.
That's true.
That would have been no fun at all.
And wherever you're going, someone is recording.
Someone's gonna record me. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, I would have gotten a lot. I would have went to jail.
Now, I did go to jail twice. Girl, can I tell you what I went to
there?
jail for?
Oh, what'd you go to jail for?
Public intoxication.
Dummy.
And hold on, let me tell you, one of those arrests were at my house.
Oh gosh.
Now, I did go to AA. Let me tell you, I did go to AA.
Good.
So thank you, God. I do believe in God. Okay. How do you get arrested at your own house for public intoxication? Can you imagine?
No, that's
Hey.
crazy. How is it public if you're in your own house?
Oh, they say as soon as you step out of your front door, it is public. Okay.
Oh,
So anyone, I'm letting you know,
I won't be.
don't step outside.
stay in
Don't
your
go
house
outside,
drunk.
girl.
Do not leave. And please don't talk crazy to the cops. Okay.
No. Yeah. No, we'll try to do that.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna ask you a couple of more questions and we're gonna close this out. What does it mean to you now to be the keeper of this story, Lavonne?
Oh, that's such a great question. I have to say, first off, that I didn't take writing this story lightly. I took it with a huge responsibility on my part, but I'm not taking ownership of it. It has always been and will always be Gaylynn's story. It was never mine to reshape for applause or notoriety, but I felt like I had to steward this story faithfully. And for me, that was an honor and my calling.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too.
She's done a great job of it.
Yeah, you have. Now, did you have any type of writing experience or any type of experience? Nothing at all. You just said, "Hey, I'm going to write this for you because it needs to be told."
That's how it started. But I, as I said, I'm a retired educator, and so I learned how to teach children to write. I learned how through my career how to have high schoolers write. So I understand the mechanics of writing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well ingrained in me, but this obviously is my first book.
Right. You plan on writing more?
I do. I love it. I love the process. I'm an indie author, so I wanted to go that route first because I wanted to understand the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I don't think I mentioned this, but we did have a literary agent that was very interested in going with a big publisher. And I went back and forth. Gaylynn and I talked about it at great length. And I just didn't have peace about it. So I went the indie author route and was glad I did because I just know so much more than I ever would have had we gone with a traditional publisher.
Yeah.
I think our next project is going to be an accompaniment book, a companion book to this one. Not a sequel or a part 2, but a companion book talking about where Gaylynn is today with her wellness coaching. And she's very passionate about helping people clean up their diets with food and exercise and all of those things. And we need to get that out there. But again, it was always my belief that if they don't know her backstory, they won't understand how she got to where she is.
Right. So you got to include a little bit of in the front part of the book about.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the hard part is because I look so healthy. I am so healthy. I'm all this. Nobody believes me.
Right.
So, I have to whip out I lift up show my colostomy bag scar, my port scar, or, I have to, or my pictures even whenever I was 300 pounds.
300 pounds, girl?
Yes, I have those pictures too. That's what I tell people. What is it you're dealing with? Because I've dealt with it all. And I'll tell you, it comes right back down to the food.
So you like 10 people in one.
Honey, I'm about 25 people in one. What are you talking about? That's why this girl's got to write all these books.
Oh my goodness. Lavonne's gonna have a story to tell for the rest of her life.
Oh my God, she's got to get busy.
Slow down now. Slow down. No.
Yes, she needs.
Lavonne,
to
I might get you to write my book too.
I keep getting that request.
She's got a list of
Honestly,
people right now.
I think
You could be a ghostwriter.
that's what I've had people ask me. Right, Gaylynn, when we were doing our book tour last month, I've had several people come up to me and ask me to help them write their book.
Yeah, you could that. Yeah, people feel you could encourage people, and people feel encouraged to do that, inspired. Yeah, that would be good, girl. That'll take up all of your time.
Oh well, yeah. Well, I take up most of it, so
She takes up most of my time.
Yeah. Now, Lavonne, you said you're a retired educator. Do you work now? Or are you still retired?
No, I'm retired, fully retired. I've been
What do you do?
retired.
Okay.
For
I'd
2
like
years.
to ask retirees, what do you do all day?
she
Well, I
answers
take
my
care
call.
of her. I do a lot of writing still.
Okay.
And I have 6 grandkids that keep us extremely busy, and we do a lot of traveling.
Okay. Cool.
And she has to deal with me. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Now,
on
Miss
speed
Gaylynn,
dial 24/7.
are you retired as well, or you just teach yoga, right?
Just teach yoga. What? That's a full-time job. What are you talking about?
I know. I'm sorry.
Wellness coaching is a full-time job. Yes, I will never retire because I'm too busy and I got way too much energy.
Yeah.
No, I do international retreats.
Okay.
So, and I do wellness retreats for women and coaches.
Nice. Yeah.
No.
I'm glad you can tie the yoga into your story.
Oh, definitely. Yoga is key, which, it's the
Yeah.
nervous system. It's settling
Yeah.
down the nervous system, especially for trauma patients.
Right.
And 99.9 of us have trauma.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
when you can
And
settle that mind down.
Yeah. And we
'cause
haven't
yoga's
had
about the mind. It's not about the body.
Yeah, and we're still living with the trauma and we haven't healed. That's the
you
thing.
haven't.
A lot of us, 98% of that 99 have not healed.
No, you won't heal with it unless you go through and do the shadow work and come back to the basics.
Yeah.
You'll take my number. You'll call me, Noelle.
Yeah, I will. I'm be like, girl, I'm coming down to Florida, girl.
Come on down to Florida. I'll heal you.
Get that extra bedroom ready.
Come on. I have a whole retreat. Come on down.
All right. So it's 8:00. Is there anything that you guys want to leave off with?
No.
I do. Yeah, Gail, I just want to tell anybody who's listening, who picks up this book, that this is really Gaylynn's story, but the message belongs to anyone who has ever had to get up when it would have been easier to stay down.
Yep.
If it encourages even one person to rise again, then it's done what we set out for it to do.
Yeah. See,
And you guys will have chills reading that book, because I'm just having chills right here. Listen to little bits and pieces of the book. So that's
Noelle, I'm going to send you a book with my phone number in it. So
yes, ma'am.
Call, okay.
And I'm gonna send you mine. I'm gonna send you mine out within hopefully by the end of the week. I'm gonna try to get that out. But again, we have Miss Lavonne and Miss Gaylynn on air with us tonight, and Miss Lavonne wrote a memoir for her cousin Gaylynn, and it is called Get Up. You can find it on what website?
The website is valleygracepub.com.
All right. And you can find my memoir and my self-healing journal and my children's books and coloring books on my website, which is noelletheauthor.com, and Noelle is spelled Noel. All right. So catch us next Monday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, live on Facebook and YouTube, or you can listen to past shows on Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, and what's the other one, y'all?
Spotify.
Yes, thank you, Spotify. Also, I do on Spotify. I do have. Oh, you got to do this, Gaylynn. I also have my audio of The Daughter of the Innocent Man, my memoir, on Spotify. Oh, that's gonna take you through another. Oh, Lavonne, you.
I know.
Oh, Lavonne.
Because it's going to take Gaylynn through that, and she's going to relive all that again. And she may not be able to read that book, right? When she's doing the audio. But if you are the narrator, oh, that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
So think about that.
Another something for you to do, retiree.
Yeah. I want you to Google What did I use? Oh gosh, what did I use? In audio, inaudio.com.
Okay.
Okay. All
Got
right.
it.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much for
Thank you.
joining me tonight. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. And Gaylynn, I'm coming. Lavonne, thank you. I
Alrighty.
appreciate it. All
All
right.
You are very
Looking
welcome.
forward to it.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Sweetheart. Bye-bye.